Hey friends, this is Shelly Piaggio, and today we're going to talk about one of the core skills in network marketing. It is something that holds some people back, but it doesn't have to, and that is finding people to talk to. There's two ways to do that. We can do it in real life, and we can also do it online with social media. This particular video is only going to talk about how to figure out who to talk to in real life, and that comes to databasing or making our list. In network marketing, there's two types of people. There's amateurs and there's professionals. And the difference between an amateur and a professional in network marketing, just like in golf or tennis or anything else, is amateurs pay to play and professionals get paid to play. You've enrolled, you love the products, you want to share the life-changing benefits with somebody. Let's get you paid. So the first part of that is just to let you know what most people do when they're considering joining. And this is if they're joining your team, they're making a list in their head of 3 to 5 people who they think are going to join them or who are maybe going to be a customer. And if those 3 to 5 people actually enroll with you, sign up, join you, that's going to extend your life in the business. But if they don't, it's very discouraging. It's heartbreaking. I get that. I talked to 89 people before I got my first yes. Nobody was joining me. But again, I went into it with a professional attitude. I wanted to get paid, and I knew I was going to have to just go through more people and make some changes. But for most people, if those 3 to 5 aren't on board, that's where they get derailed. So what we can do with them and for them is to give them the benefit of some of the psychology that will help them to stay engaged in the game. And that starts with a bigger list than 3 to 5 people. So what you're going to want to do is, first of all, don't trust your fortune to your memory. Write it down. Put it on paper. There is something powerful about writing all those names down on paper. Now, the average person, if they were to get married or die, there would be about 250 people at either their wedding or their funeral. I'm also told the average person has 600 people in your cell phone. So start there. If they're in your cell phone, whether you think they'll do it or not, whether you want them on your team or not, whether you like them or not, write them down. Get those names on paper, because there's a psychological benefit to having a big names list in front of you. The bigger it is, the absolute better off you're going to be. Because as you start, if you have 3 people on your list and you talk to one and they say no, oh my God, I'm down a third of my list already. And that is going to start to beat you up psychologically, mentally, emotionally. I mean, this business is 80 to 90% about the space between our ears. So let's give ourselves the tools that we need to set ourselves up to win. And a tool we need to set ourselves up to win is an absolute big honking list. And when you think about it, I mean, there's 7 billion people on planet Earth. How many of them need what you've got, right? I mean, people are everywhere. They're like dust. So, and the cool thing about people too is that they make more every day. I've been in my business now for, as the day I'm making this, 12 and a half years. So some of the people who were kids when I first got started are viable candidates now because they've grown up. So if you're going to stick with it a while, just write everybody down. Maybe not the kids, but if you have kids, write down their parents, because those parents of your children, the people that you go sit next to at the soccer game, whatever. My first distributor was actually the parent of somebody my daughter was going to kindergarten with. So you never know, but you want to get creative. You want to think about, I've got just some little hacks and some cool things you can do. I call one of them the alphabet game. So start with A, and think of every name you can think of that starts with A that you know a person. Who do I know named Ann? Who do I know named Andy? Who do I know named, I'm running out of A names. But there's a whole bunch of them. Who do I know named Bob? Go through the alphabet. Who do I know named, Bob, Betty? And then you're going to take deviations of that. So Bob might make you to think of a Robert, might make you to think of whoever. You can even think of people whose nicknames start with those letters. And then the other piece of the alphabet game is do it with occupations as well. So A, auto. Who do I know in auto body? Who do I know in auto detailing? Who do I know who's a auto mechanic? And you just start writing all of those down. Old school people will actually take a phone book and start going through the yellow pages. And if you're younger and you've never seen one, don't sweat it. You could probably Google some things and see what comes up that way. But you're just going to go through every name you can think of. And then you're also going to look at who are the people in their sphere. So maybe I know Joanne from a Bible study. Well, who else is in that Bible study and who else is she connected to that I'm not connected to? Because she's going to have a whole sphere of influence as well. And so maybe she brought her cousin from Minnesota once as a guest, and you're friends with that person on Facebook. Well, put that person on your list. Put every single person who's on there. Play those word association games, those alphabet games. You can do, you've got church, you've got school, you've got work, you've got hobbies, you've got sports, you've got rec leagues, you've got support groups. There are a plethora of people in your world and in your family's world and your outlaws, your in-laws, their outlaws, their in-laws. You're going to be diving deep into the 6 degrees of separation and finding everybody you know and everybody that they know, and they are all going on your list, 100% of them. Okay, now the second thing is, as a professional, we want to add to our list daily. So make it a goal in your life to add at least, first list should easily have 300 people, 600 people if you're really, if you've been out there a while and you know a lot of people, but shoot for 300. If you don't make it, don't beat yourself up. Anything is good and it's a start. Just get those names on paper. And now what we're going to start to do is we're going to add to that list daily. So we want to be aware of people who maybe have a need to make more money. If someone's complaining that they're running out of money before the end of the month, or if, whatever, say somebody has a health challenge. Well, goodness gracious, there's I know some things that can help people with health challenges, right? So just be aware of those kind of things as you go about your day. Get out there, get involved in things, volunteer for things, join things, go to meetups. You can go to meetups live. You can go to meetups on Zoom. There's a bunch of them out there. So that is just and this is the last hack I'm going to give you. Eric Worre, who has an organization called GoPro, has a memory jogger. It's free. It's just out there on the internet. Do a Google search for that. You can download the PDF. It will give you all kinds of ideas of people that you can start to put on your list. So again, finding people to talk to, it's really, really important that you have a big list and then that list keeps growing daily. You're never going to actually take somebody off of the list. Even if they say no, it's just no for now. There's Skip Campbell says, and he's one of the $1 million earners, in the industry. And he says, make a list of the 5 people who you just don't like, who you hope never finds out about this. Now you're going to go talk to everybody else, but you do need to put everybody else on paper. So I think that's it. Let me see. Oh, one thing you can do too is you're out and about and meeting people. If it's going to freak you out to think I have to talk to them down the road, just talk to them to get the practice, meeting people, interacting with people, finding their needs. That's just a little tiny hack. But I think that's everything I have to share. If this had value for you, please share it with other people. If you've been in for a while, it's time to make a new list. The world has changed. We are not living in the same world that we were living in pre-COVID. And so everybody is fresh and new if you haven't talked to them since before that. So I hope this helps you. Good luck with everything you're engaged in. Reach out to me if you have any questions. God bless you. Make it a great day. And as always, #stay awesome.